Hello, hello, hello. We back again with this marvelous day. Me and my co-host, Mr. Aaron Well, Mr. New Type of Money.
What's happening?
We hope you've been keeping God as your source, because we sure been trying to. But today we got a real personal topic. And that topic is, who am I really?
Mm.
And like always, I'm gonna start out by letting my brother expound on Aaron. Who are you really?
That's a good question. That's a good question. That's a deep question. And I seen a time where I would just blurt out things just like off the top of my mind of who I was or who I thought I was at that time. And I'm starting to come to maybe a weird conclusion that I'm still learning.
Okay.
I'm still learning who I am. A lot of times we be in school and we graduate, or once we get in high school and old folks say, well, we start smelling ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
Once we start smelling ourselves, is in those developmental stages, and it's really we think we know so much. Even when you're in middle school, you growing up and your parents saying this, saying that, and you think you so grown and you know so much.
Yeah. Can't be that hard.
Yeah. You know what I mean? And man, it's like, dang.
Some of the stuff they made it look easy.
Yeah. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, man. And it's like, I went a long time thinking I knew who I was in totality. Even walking with God, you know what I mean? Walking with God for 13 years. And I feel like at this stage in my life and my spirituality that it's almost arrogant for me to even think I know who I am in totality when I haven't ever consistently totally submitted.
I got you. And what I'm realizing too is we never the same person. See, God may call me to be a helper today. Tomorrow I might be a lender.
mm,
Tomorrow the next day I might be a counselor.
mm,
Day after that I may just be somebody that needed somebody to listen to, vent to.
right, right,
Next week somebody may just need me to be their transportation to take them somewhere.
right. And you bring up a good point. That's because that's what I realized. Like in certain seasons, I'll be this, and I had to realize you can't get so comfortable being certain things,
Mm-hmm.
especially if you like. I believe there's some people, because everybody is different. Everybody mind capacity, capability, abilities aren't the same. So I believe some people purpose is more simplified than others. You know what I mean? Like some people's purpose may just be to smile.
Mm-hmm.
Like they just got a beautiful smile and a beautiful spirit, and that's their purpose.
Yeah.
But like for a person like me, I'm multi. It's almost like a gift and a curse. I'm multi talented, so I could be over here in this field and excelling, and I'm cool with being right here. And God say, "No, I need you to go over here this season." I'm like I'm just starting to kill it over here. Like like I'm killing it. Like you see me, I'm doing it. Like yeah, that's why I need to move you because you killing it.
You killing, you getting comfortable.
You getting too comfortable, and Aaron, you may start to think you
You doing it.
doing it
That's it.
if I leave you in this too long.
Mm-hmm. You right?
You know what I mean? So that's is man, it's so many seasons that you go through in life, but I'm gonna say with God too. You know what I mean? We got the gas, God is source. When you get with God, I know this is gonna make sense to you, but it's like it gets so harder, but it get easier.
It do. It do.
It gets so harder, but it really get easier when you learn how to cast your cares, cast your burden, which we talked about practical application. Uh, Going within the God, within yourself, talking to yourself, talking to the God within yourself, asking yourself real questions, being vulnerable with yourself. See, a lot of people are not vulnerable with people because they're not vulnerable with their self.
That's it.
I
Yeah.
have to be careful because I'm a little too vulnerable with people because I'm a little too vulnerable with myself.
Yeah.
All the time is introspection. It's like honestly, I'm actually trying to learn how to balance it out because I don't went inside so much where it's like
You're right.
you know, like but you have to have a balance even with it because you could, man, it's just when I go within, I'm somebody different than when I'm focusing on what's out here. I don't seen it too many times.
Well, I mean, first of all, when you go within, you tapping into the spiritual
Right,
part of yourself.
right.
But some people don't know how to tap into that part of themselves. So now we have to come back to the fleshly part to where they can break it down and realize who we really are or
Hmm.
who we trying. That's why Jesus taught in parables.
Right.
Because if he'd have taught the way he could see it, we wouldn't have understood. It would have been so far over our head to where his 3.5 years wouldn't have been long enough for the disciples to even get it.
But you'd have to tap in to get it. That's why I like that scripture. What that is? That Matthew 6, 16, 13 through 20. I'm gonna read the whole thing. But when Jesus asked them, boy, it say when Jesus came to the region of, I don't be knowing all these names. What that?
Caesarea.
Caesarea, Philippi. He asked his disciples, "Who do people say the Son of Man is?" They replied, "Some say John the Baptist, others say Elijah, and still others Jeremiah or one of the prophets. But what about you?" He asked. "Who do you say I am?"
Mm-hmm.
Simon Peter answered, "You are the Messiah, the Son of the living God." So at that moment, let me read the rest. So, okay, so Jesus replied, "Blessed are you, Simon, son of Jonah, for this was not revealed to you by flesh and blood," like you were
Mm-hmm.
just saying, "but by my Father in heaven. And I tell you that you are Peter, and on this rock," I forgot that was in there.
Mm-hmm.
"On this rock I will build my church, and the gates of Hades or hell will not overcome it. I will give you the keys." Ooh, this is good stuff. "I will give you the keys of the kingdom of heaven. Whatever you bind on earth will be bound in heaven, and whatsoever you loose on earth shall be loosed in heaven." Then he ordered his disciples not to tell anyone that he was the Messiah. He had to tell them that because he really put them up on game, and he knew if any one of these boys tap in, seek for it hard enough, they gonna find it. They gonna see what I'm saying.
Yep.
But Peter had already caught that thing.
And I think that's why a lot of times we go through hardship that we go through because as long as God keep doing it for us, we'll never know who He is. Look at Jesus with the disciples 3.5 years. They was never able to tap
You
into
just
the
said
power
something. You just
that
said
He
something.
had
Long as
until He left.
a lot of people in the church, a lot of people, period, really want God to do stuff for them. And God, I believe there was a time where God was doing stuff, so to speak. How people think us was taught in they whatever. I never really believed it, but in this era, God is trying to do it through you. I believe it was the same thing back then because the history just repeats itself. Nothing is new upon the sun. But God is trying to do it through us. He's trying to do it through you, and it's just crazy how people miss it because it's consistently and consistently through and through the Bible, in you, through you. It's like
Mhm. If
then
he
we
want,
sang all these songs in you.
Mhm.
How? How? You ain't walking in dominion. You ain't walking in power. You ain't walking in authority. You know what I mean?
And
Yeah.
that's what the problem. We sitting here waiting on God to do something when He already done everything He's gonna do.
Mm.
Like I always go back to that scripture. I've given you everything that pertains to life and godliness, which means He's given us everything fleshly and spiritually.
Right.
But are we gonna work what He's given us?
Right.
Are we gonna tap within and unlock that gift and then let it pour out to where to make room for it?
Right.
Instead of sitting back saying, "Okay, God, can you do this? God, I'm believing you for this. I'm believing you for that." And God opening all the doors, you want to go through none of them because you still waiting on Him to bring the door to you, open the door for you. It's crazy.
Wow.
But then I Google, I do that Chat GPT,
He said, you know, I do that.
and I looked up what Chat GPT say who we are,
Okay.
and it says, "Who are you?" And then it says, "Personally, you're a collection of stories, memories, choices, and experiences.
Ooh.
You're the result of what you've overcome and what you're still learning." It says your voice in your head, your laughter, your pain, your love, your life. You're not just what you do, but also how you love, how you show up, and what you're dreaming about when no one's watching.
That's good.
It says spiritually, you are a soul having a human experience. You are divinely made, intentionally created, and externally connected to something greater, God, source, divine. You're more than flesh and bone. You're a purpose wrapped in potential. You're not random, but it says you're a part. What the world I just did? I done touched something. Let's touch it.
That's good.
But it says you're a part. And then it says you are, I don't know how to get this junk off the screen. What I done did. But this thing, I'm gonna blame the deal like everybody. He trying to keep
No,
you
I
from,
don't know.
he trying to keep you from sharing this. Okay, it says you're not random. You are a part of a plan, chosen, called, and capable. You carry spiritual power, whether you fully feel it yet or not. Then it says you are a question in mention, a conscious being navigating meaning, identity, and truth in a world that doesn't always make sense. Some would say you're the sum of your actions. Other might say you're what you choose to become. But the most profound truth, you're free to define yourself again and again as you grow.
That just did it there, y'all.
That's something up.
That listen. And I got a plug. I got a book, man, talking about all that right there with and some more. Go get it. True Riches. I say I'm gonna bring it every time and leave it. And when I do bring it, I forget to post it up. But yeah, man, on Amazon, go get that. Written by me, yours truly. True Riches. Yeah.
Yes, sir. And we also gonna have some
Merchandise.
something to help support the cause, so that you can help us wear and spread our brand. But the last thing it says, spiritually, who are you really? It says you are divinely sourced, not a mistake, not a coincidence. You were spoken into existence by God who intentionally, powerfully, and intimately. That means everything about you, your gifts, your intentions, your desires for more, it all flows from something external. You are spiritual first, flesh second. Before you were named a body, a role, or even thought, you were known. Scripture, mystic, ancient wisdom that all agree you exist in the mind of God before beginning time. You are carried in the image of the Creator. That means creativity, compassion, discernment, and powerful are not just things you are that you can access, they're in your DNA. You're not separated from God. You're an existence of God's essence, placed here with a purpose, on purpose. And I'm done with ChatGPT, but ChatGPT done kind of helped us out.
Man, ChatGPT busting it down. I'm talking about to the point where, listen, man, ain't no denying it. I love one of the main points to say you are not apart from God. You know what I mean? That's how we was taught.
Mm-hmm.
You're not. It's.
But see, a lot of time we let people come in and we go through life trying to be what people say we should be.
Right.
Do what people say we're good at.
Right.
Reach who people say we should reach.
Right.
Help who people say we should help.
Right.
But who are you really?
Right.
What are your goals? What are your admirations? What are your desires?
Right.
Because that's where your gift lies. In that thing that gives you joy.
Right.
Not that thing that makes other folks happy.
Right.
Because if it wasn't something that gives you joy, God wouldn't put it in. How is my gift gonna make room for me when I don't like what I'm doing? Do that make sense? Do it seem like your gift is lied to something that you like doing because it makes it that much easier to do? Or does it seem like your gift is lies in something that you hate doing, that you don't want to do? You got to wrestle back and forth with God all the time to do it?
Yeah. Yeah, well, shoot, I ain't gonna lie, I be wrestling with about some of the
But that's on places to go, not your gift.
Right.
Like I told you, he'll tell you to go to a place.
Right.
He might not tell you to claim it.
Right.
And now your gift will make room for you while you're in that place.
Right.
And your gift is what comes easy.
Right.
But we the one make the thing hard because we want to put our gift over him when he said, no, your gift belongs over there. So get over there and then I'll do the rest. But we say, well, how I'm going to get there?
Yeah.
What time am I supposed to be there?
Yeah.
What road I need to take to get?
How long I'm going to be there?
Yeah. We want to know what God knows before God, it's time for him to reveal it to us.
Say that again.
We want to know what God knows
before it's
time for him to reveal it to us. Instead of just trusting the process. Or should I say trust the purpose. Or the plan, which is God's plan.
Good God.
A lot of people say God's plan is a family plan. But first of all, God's plan had to start with the man first. Because the man had to come into his mind that he wanted a family. The woman had to agree to actually help bring forth the family.
Right.
And then we also got to agree to stay together to raise the family.
Right.
So God's plan is a family plan, but it first got to start with
the man.
Didn't he start with a man in the beginning? He didn't just bring a whole family on the scene. When Eve got there, what happened? Everything was already set up, right?
How do you come up with family plans if you were never a family man? That may be a time of that, but yeah, that's the only way to do it right there. That's the answer. God is source. But yeah, man, that who am I really? Like, that's so deep. That hit me so deep on where I'm at in life because like I've constantly had to reinvent myself. And I feel like I'm in that transition now, trying to redefine who I am. You know what I mean? So much in life happens. So many people come and go. You lose people die. And it's just like, dang. Because it's like, I love the way that we're connected to God and we're connected to people. Like it's all one. And that's why I try to be even conscious now about like, I've been like this for a long time, like talking about somebody or anything because like, if I'm talking about another person, that's really a reflection of who I am internally. You know what I mean? Like who is that really saying I am? If I'm anything, even if I'm more caught up on what everybody else and got going on, how will I know who I am? If I'm so externally distracted
about who you are
from my internal behavior.
Right.
But my internal behavior, that's where my actions come from.
Yeah.
That's really who I am.
But it
Or is it?
It makes you a fake person. If I can sit here and talk about you
Yeah.
for 30 minutes before you get here
Yeah.
in a negative way,
Yeah.
then the minute you come up, now I'm smiling and grinning like I never said nothing about
That says a lot about who
you.
you are internally. Yeah.
So what does that do for me?
Right.
In while we're sitting here talking or conversing, my mind is thinking negative about you while I'm smiling in your face, speaking positive to you. That don't even agree.
Right.
It says let's accept to agree.
Right.
Which means what I'm thinking got to agree with what I'm saying.
Right. It got to line up.
It's got to line up. See, a lot of people think it got to be, well, when you agree and I agree, that's it. But what if I agree with my mouth, you agree with your mouth, but our minds don't agree? What does that do in the spiritual realm?
Dang.
It do something for the flesh, but what does that do in the spiritual realm?
That's war.
Because if I can sit here and tell you, okay, yeah, bro, I'll be there in 30 minutes. You like, okay, you be there in 30 minutes. And then the time you leave, I ain't studying that joke. I'll get that when I get ready.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
That's two-faced. That's wrong.
Right.
That's empathy.
Right. I'll get that about an hour.
Yeah. He can wait on me. He ain't no here. He got nothing to do. He need me.
That's the wrong part.
But I mean, you know what I'm saying? Eventually it's gonna bring the vision.
Right.
Because my mind wasn't what my mouth see.
Right.
And my heart wasn't pure.
Right.
So therefore it's gonna bring forth a tugging when it comes time for me to, if I say 30 minutes, I'm gonna be there around 25 minutes, boy, it's gonna be a strain to get there. Because really in my mind I ain't wanna go.
Right.
But my mouth said I'll be there.
Right.
And that's why a lot of people, you can't hardly trust what people say no more. Because they might be saying one thing, but they hard in their mind on me. I just want to say something to get you out my face.
Right.
And that's wrong.
Right.
I tell people all the time, if you say something, do it. That's the only thing I can hold you accountable for, what you say.
Right.
But now when you show me, I believe.
Right.
Not when you tell me. When you show me.
Right.
I believe.
Right.
It shows me who you are really.
Right.
Not who you say you are.
Right.
But who you show me
you are. Right.
But I'm gonna hush a little bit.
Yeah.
I talk a little bit.
Nah, that's good, but that's it, man. Like it changes. You know what I mean? I've seen for myself and externally, like situations, circumstances can change a person.
It can.
You know what I mean? Like you never like, just like think about like older people, like, and then like the wife or the husband dies, like sometimes they be so spiritually and energetically connected where you can't even go on without that person. You know what I mean? But it's just to say, like, who am I really? Mm-hmm. I think about the women I've been with. Probably every last one of them called a different me.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like it was the same me, but I've had so many different versions of me. You know, you probably hear all type of stories.
But the thing is, sometimes depending on the person
that's telling,
not just telling the story, the person that's in the story.
Right.
Some people can bring out the worst thing, and some people can bring out the best thing.
Yeah.
That's why I say, he that findeth the good thing.
Right.
Which means we should look for what we need and not what we want.
Ooh, that's what we mess up at.
Yeah.
So we should be looking for what we want. I know I shoot.
Yeah, we go for what's appeasing to the eye.
Right.
What's appeasing to the flesh.
Right.
But once that part is over with, them 5, 10, 15, 25 minutes, what's the rest going to be?
What else we got?
Are they going to be able to cater to your mind? Are they going to be able to cater to your heart? They're going to be able to cater to your needs other than sexually or visually.
Right.
I don't care how pretty you is when all you want to do is sit around and be pretty. They call them trophies, don't they? Trophy good as long as I'm passing by the shelf, but what if I don't want to go by the shelf today?
Right.
What if I don't want to dust the curio today with the shelf, where the trophy is set up at with the light on?
Ooh.
What if I don't want to go by there for weeks?
Yeah.
Is that trophy coming to me to cater to my needs?
Right.
Just we don't want something that just look good. The only time we getting along or doing good is when we step out in public. Or when we on social media for the clock or for the people.
Right.
But then we come home, we don't speak for 2-3 days.
Yeah, nah, I ain't doing
I
that.
don't need that kind of. I don't need that in my life.
I'm not even finna do that one. I'll blow your whole spot up. Hey man, get off that social media, that fake stuff, man. Posting all that. We gonna get an argument because of that. I ain't even let you fake kick it like that.
Home is my place of peace.
Peace, yeah.
I can't control what go on out here in the street, but when I come home, this is my peace.
Right.
This is my palace.
Mm-hmm.
This is my king.
Mm-hmm.
I should better come in here and have peace. I shouldn't have hell in the street and come home and have it again.
Yeah.
Cause when I go back out there tomorrow, it's gonna be even worse. When I come back home, it's gonna get even worse. And it's gonna keep on intensifying until something blows.
Yeah.
It's got to be a balance. So who are we really? Are we the product of the people that surround us? Are we the product of what we was raised into? Are we the product of what people say we supposed to be, or who we was taught we supposed to be? Or are we who God is calling us to be? Which voice is ringing loud in your head?
That's it.
Which brings out the real you? That's the question we all need to ask ourselves. You at home on the podcast.
That's something deep. We can really just sit here and laugh 4-5 minutes and just think about that and just meditate, cause that's like
Think about all the years you've been here. I've been here 44 years, gonna be 45.
36.
And it's like I said in another podcast, it's been like this last year and a half, I have been introduced to so much of me
yeah,
that I didn't know existed.
Wow.
Because of the simple fact that if I was listening to what everybody else said, I was supposed to. Oh, you can sing good, you ought to do this. Or you can decorate good, you ought to do, or you can build good, you ought to do this. But what do God say? What do I say?
Yeah.
Because I trump people and God trump me.
Right.
But we live most of our lives trying to please people.
Yeah.
That don't have anything to give you.
Yeah.
Like they say, a heaven or a hell to put you in. But we out here trying to please them every day.
Right.
Half of the stuff we buy, half of the things we do is for recognition of everybody else.
Yeah.
Look at me. Yeah. That ain't what we saying, but that's what we
saying. Yeah. What's your heart saying?
Yeah. Get a new pair of shoes. Look.
Yeah.
Cook a meal. Look.
Yeah.
Go out of town. Look.
Yeah.
Because if we ain't posting for them to look, what are we posting for?
Right.
Because I was there, so I seen it. So what?
Right.
What else am I posting for?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
I'm sharing this podcast for
right.
people.
Right.
I want them to see it, but in a good way.
Right.
Because if I was caring about how I looked, I would have went and shaved and put on some clean clothes. I just got work. It is what it is. I couldn't bring you what's inside, not what's on the outside.
Come on now. Come on now.
I couldn't share my heart and my mind, not with my garments.
Yes, sir.
But it is what it is. Some people don't want that part. They just want that outer appearance part.
That's what I've been realizing at a young age, and it's like once you've transcended the physical world, it can be difficult at times to coexist within it. I ain't trying to get too deep, too crazy, but yeah, that's the reality. Like people talk about the Holy Spirit and seeking this, tapping to the kingdom and tapping in, but man, this stuff ain't no joke, man. Cause especially for an individual that go all in with something, once you get, once you, it's places you can go spiritually that you can't go physically.
That's it. That's it.
Yeah. Well, yeah, man. This. Wow. This was good.
It was good.
I just I'm gonna eat all this thing all week, all month, cause this where I'm at. Like, been asking myself that, like, who am I? Who do I want to be? Who do I want to be?
Yep.
I don't want to be nobody, like nobody, but like, who do I want to be on earth? If I'm put here to dominate, what am I doing? What am I dominating? What are we doing? And we can't be like money you everywhere. Let's dominate some. And then go to the other places. But then, like I said, it's messed up because then in one season God had you in a place where what you really done master, like, no, we ain't doing that right now. We ain't doing that one.
Well, I'm gonna leave them with a little song.
Go ahead. What's
one of my favorite songs is "He's Able."
Okay.
And one day I was sitting at home one day, the song say God is able to do, but He began to speak directly to me and tell me. He said, "I'm able to do just what I said I would do." He said, "I'm gonna fulfill every promise to you." He said, "Don't give up on me. I will bless you. You wait and see that I'm able." And then I began to get crazy and begin to believe what he said.
Listen, man,
and then once I began to capture that little part of that, guess what I began to tell people? God's able to do just what he said he would do. You know what he told me? He said, "I'm gonna fulfill every promise to you." Don't give up on God, 'cause he won't give up on you. And I tell people, he's able.
You gotta come on. Yeah, you supposed to gave it to. I was getting there, brother Jordan.
I got you.
Man, shoot,
Yes,
buddy.
sir.
Hey, I felt that one. Yeah.
We have to realize and let him speak to us personally.
Yeah.
We got to learn how to get a personal relationship with him. Blot out all the noise.
Yeah.
Put your beats on. Put your AirPod headphones on.
Yeah.
And blurt out all the noise.
Yeah.
And just begin to just actually meditate within.
Right.
And listen to that small, still voice. So you can't hear a small, still voice when there's a lot of noise
around you and distractions.
And not just noise physically, but noise in your mind.
In your mind. You gotta quiet the mind.
Quiet the mind.
You close the eyes and the mind still just be.
You'll be right. I used to go to sleep sometimes. I couldn't even sleep. I be sleep, but I ain't sleep. Then I be done laid down for 8 hours, eyes closed for 8 hours, and I wake up just as tired as I was if I went to sleep. Because my mind wasn't rested. Thinking out, well, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, I'm going to do that. But now, you know what I say? It is what it is. That was 2024 motto in 2025.
Yeah.
It is what it is. Whatever I get done before I lay down, if I don't get it done, it is what it is. Because people going to talk about you when you're dead gone. People going to talk about you while you're here.
Yeah.
People going to complain if you do for them. People going to complain if you don't do for them. So I'd rather do as much as I can and whatever I can. I ain't going to worry about it. We're going to talk about it anyway.
Right.
Who are you really? As always, I hope y'all enjoyed what was said. I hope y'all there was something that helped you, touched you. As we always say, like, share, comment, subscribe. Reach in the comments if you want to be a guest. Leave your questions, leave your topics. But as always, keep God as your source. We are.